Greetings. This is a PSA announcement brought to you by your host, Likamish. Power clashing in Monster Hunter Wilds is the coolest yet most useless mechanic in the game. Let's get into the details. Now, Monster Hunter Wilds is a game that blew absolutely everyone away. It has improved on the original in multiple different ways. But as everything, it is not perfect. Now, I'm not going to talk about the issue that everyone likes to complain about, which is the performance issues, because me, my friends, my friend with a low-end machine, and my friend who literally plays on a laptop can play the game perfectly fine. So I have no stake in the race when it comes to talking about that issue. But what I can talk about is one of the mechanics that is my favorite, and that is a new mechanic they added, power clashing. Power clashing is a mechanic that when you block or perfect block enough of the monster's attacks, you'll enter this clashing animation with them. What you could do during this clashing animation is spam your controller or spam your mouse button, and after that you'll release a powerful attack, staggering and knocking the monster back. So when you look at this mechanic on paper, you might not really see the issue at first, right? It rewards players for blocking and perfect blocking. It does damage, it staggers the monster, and best of all, it has spectacle. And we all do love our spectacle. So what's the problem? Well, fun fact, it doesn't work on every monster. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take a look here. So it works on 6 monsters. Hold on. Capcom, what the f? So yeah, that's right. So Chatacabra, Dashaguma, Arjarkin, right, the monkey that bashes his little tail on his back, Blangonga, the ice monkey, Uthduna, the whale, and Arkvale, the flagship, right? They're the only monsters with a power clash. Why? And you may ask, how did I come upon this information? Because if you look it up, you actually can't really find this anywhere. Well, I have proof in the description. Well, half proof, I should say. What I did is that I tested. That's right. I tested every single monster in the game, which took around 2 hours, please kill me, of standing there and just blocking and perfect blocking. And my criteria was that after 10 perfect blocks, I am no longer doing the test because that means they do not power clash with me. And you might ask, why? That seems a little bit small. Well, that's because the monsters that I listed that do power clash, they do it fairly quickly. I would say within 1 to 2 to 3. Perfect blocks will initiate a power clash. So 10 actually seems very graceful. So now you may ask, okay, well, maybe they only added a few monsters because the mechanics are not supposed to be that important. Well, first of all, why the hell would they add a fight mechanic that's not supposed to be important? What's the point of adding, well, never mind, paintballs exist, and you can always track the monster. What's the point of paintball? Getting off track, right? First of all, I think, in my opinion, that's a pretty stupid choice. And second of all, there's literally an armor set that rewards you for power clashing. But you can only power clash a few monsters. And there's also skills that also talks about power clashing and how it can buff you. But you can only power clash a few monsters. And then you might hit me with the, oh, maybe these monsters are the most likely to power clash with you, right? The rest of the roster, right? It wouldn't fit them. There is Volgar, Anjanath, and a Dolgaron in this game. Well, Ebony and Dolgaron, the Iceborne variants, right? You're telling me that Anjanath, the very angry T-Rex creature, wouldn't power clash with you? You're talking about the vicious doggo puppy, right? That literally tries to scratch you and bite you to death. Wouldn't power clash with you? What? That makes no sense. They can literally reuse the power clash from like Dashaguma or a lot of these other monsters where they just use their mouths, because that's what they do. And not only that, but I could literally think of monsters that, you know, that how they could power clash even if they're not the I guess, aggressive mauling type, right? Like the spiders, just have them try to really step on you with their leg, right? Or for some reason, Gormagala doesn't have a power clash. That's pretty easy. He has hands. He has hands on the tips of his wings. Have him try to literally grab you, and you are just knocking his hand back, saying, no, 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 don't touch me. I'm underage. No, 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 don't touch me. I do not consent. So, where's the excuse there? And these two excuses are not even really excuses or reasons for why the mechanic shouldn't be more prevalent in the game. You obviously want to encourage it with the armor sets. You showed it off in the trailers. It's supposed to be a big part of using these blocking weapons. It's supposed to be something that rewards them. Yet we just barely do it. And I can't fathom why that would be the case. So the whole point of this PSA is just mainly because of the fact you can barely do it. That's really the only issue with this mechanic, is that you can barely do it. So I guess that's all about the PSA. This was more just like an angry rant for me because, like I said, I just thought a very cool mechanic would be in the game more often. This concludes your PSA announcement, brought to you by your host, Thekamish. See you all next time.